Should have some music going, but I don't. See if I could tag some people in. Because I know I'll be saying I'm going live and sometimes I don't make it. But I'm here today. I need y'all to know that. Who's there? Who's there? Give this thing a couple of minutes. I'm going to talk about this Jim Crow thing because it is so serious and so imperative that we understand what's happening, what's going on. So, what's going on, people? Y'all know that Mississippi is right in the Bible Belt, right? Mississippi is right in the middle of the Bible Belt. And it's a very historical place for us and for our story, for our backstory has a lot to do with the activities and things that go on in the southeastern part of this country. Okay? This is where we were. This is where we lived. We did our thing. We had our towns and everything, and all over the country, but especially here, right? This is what they called the woodland Indians, the woodland ones. We was in the woods. We was in the woods trying to see the comments. Well, I can't see the comments, so I'm gonna just keep going. I can't see your comments, guys. I'm not at the computer. I'm using my phone. But I just really want to know, what are y'all gonna do when they start doing this in other states? Because what's happening there in Mississippi with the Jim Crow, people of color will not be allowed to vote. They will not be allowed to vote. And as far as crime and everything goes, the unelected judges, the unelects who are usually look like us, are going to have to rule over those cases in favor, like the criminal cases. This is not looking good, guys. This is not looking good, because once they start doing that with the law, there's going to be a capital military, a capital police force that supervises the area along with the local police. So this Capitol Police Force, this federal police force, I don't know if y'all remember me from my other profile when I used to be telling y'all, get your nationality in order, because they are going to, it's going to come in handy. You're going to need your nationality. Your local state police may know you. He may be your friend. He may be your neighbor. He may have compassion because he knows your situation. He may have lived in the neighborhood. Whatever the story is, these Capitol officers are not that. They are not that. They are following a whole completely different level, a whole complete different echelon of law is going to be executed. And as it is already, they talking right over black people's heads. So what is black people going to do? What are y'all going to do? We have a large majority of black people that don't even believe that being a Moorish American is real. They don't think that it's a real thing. They think we over here capping. So while y'all are thinking that people like me, number one, are conspiracy theorists, number two, Moors is an empire that fell, so it's no longer relevant. Like, y'all don't understand how law really goes. Y'all really don't understand how the world is set up. You don't understand how the world is set up. It's set up for people to live, right? And then there's governments that are companies that are set up to do business, to monitor the commerce and the trade. They are to rule over the inorganic parts of society. They the ones who came up with this whole money thing, voting and stuff like that, because we didn't need to do that. We didn't need to do, we traded goods just fine. We didn't have a need to have coin. We didn't have a need to have paper, coin, plus the goods and the services. Just being greedy. We didn't live like that. We did not live like that. And now, with this Jim Crow thing going on, what are y'all gonna do? I really want to know what y'all gonna do. Like, how y'all plan on living? How y'all plan on living when it goes from a federal capital level, right? Being supervised by the Capitol Police Force, and it's basically states that are individually choosing what parts of society they're going to start to segregate the people. What are y'all going to do when they decide, oh, okay, we're going to take away their voting rights now that they can't vote on certain things concerning here? We're going to take away the rest of their rights too. Back to the water fountain, going back through the back door. You're not allowed in the building at all. Huh? Y'all, do y'all really want to go back to that? Let me tell you how you got here too. You got here because they made us believe that being black was something to be proud of. They convinced you that being black and being proud was the wave, when being black wasn't even a thing of humanity. It's an object. It's an object. They tricked everybody using the language, and they made you bind yourselves, put curses and spells on yourself. Oh, yes, they did. I don't know how much money James Brown got to make that song, I'm Black and I'm Proud, Sing It Loud. Seriously, like, singing these things, they understand how our biology works. They understand the technology that we are better than we do. We don't understand ourselves. We're saying all sort of things. We let words come out of our mouth without even knowing how to use them because we feel a certain way. We heard somebody else use it in a particular fashion and we felt that, and we want to create the same effect when we speak. But we have to use these words properly, because look what they're doing now. Black people, if this can get to anybody in Mississippi, I need y'all to get y'all nationality together. Just so you can say that you were told, you know, you have an option. There is options for us as the people. There's options for you. But if we're going to be pig-headed and we're not going to be reasonable and we're going to base everything on our feelings, our trauma, our fear, if this is what we're going to use to make decisions, we're not going to make good decisions. The decisions will not be good. Just like everybody panicked when it was time to vote a few years ago, and everybody turned politician all of a sudden. Everybody was woke and everybody was a politician, and y'all voted for old Smokey Joe. And what's Smokey Joe doing to the country right now? What is he doing? He's destroying it. Where all the politicians at now? Crying and complaining and not interested in politics no more. Y'all focusing on something else. That's exactly what they plan to do to you every single step of the way until you have nothing. Because they see you got no fight back. They see you have no recourse and you're vulnerable to the brainwashing. They definitely are going to just keep brainwashing you. Keep taking your rights away. You ain't got no fight back. You ain't going to fight back. And they know you're not going to fight back because you want to go to work. You want to go to work. You want to drive a car. You want to wear fancy clothes. You want jewelry. You want to live like the people in the TV who are big time slaves. So you want to go neck deep into the slavery with them for stuff. And they with the shits. They're like, okay, if you want the stuff that bad, all you got to do is let us keep taking away your natural rights. And if you could live comfortably without your natural rights, then you will have all of the material things you need. You can have access to all the material things you want. As long as we get to violate you from time to time, we get to steal your land, steal the water, contaminate the soil that you grow your food in. These are the things that we're supposed to be concerned about. But they got us chasing money. That is not even real. It's not even real, guys. So while y'all out here chasing programs for FHA loans, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with wanting to buy homes. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have certain material things. But if you cannot expand your thinking beyond that, when it comes to maintaining and sustaining a certain level of freedom, when it comes to preserving your humanity, then you're going to be lost. You're going to be lost. And there's no way in the world that any one of you out there can call yourself a god. You can't call yourself a goddess. Nope. You're still part of the fall. You're still one of the fallen ones. You still fell. You're still on your face. We gotta get up, guys. We gotta wake up. Stop being so emotional about everything, number one, and get this knowledge, get the education, get your timelines together, get your facts. And number two, as spiritual as I am, y'all overdoing it. Y'all is so capped. And I knew it was gonna happen. This is one of the reasons why I'm not as live. I don't go live as often, because the whole situation is lopsided. I'm not going to be doing the cards so much like that. That's for my clients who are really looking to change their lives, and I use that as a form of divination to help with them with their consultations. Once in a blue, I may do a little something, but that's not the way, okay? Y'all think that is the cap of spirituality, being able to light candles and do magic, and y'all are not studying the science. Y'all are not studying the science of what y'all are doing. Y'all done turned spirituality into Christianity. It's just a trendy religion, a trendy practice that people doing. And because of that, the essence of the things that a lot of you guys repeat, it's going right over your head. You're talking over your own heads. You're talking over yourselves. Like, we are gods. We are the original people. But if you can't really understand and understand why that is so, and how to put that on paper and live like that in your everyday life, you a joke. Especially as the law come down, especially as they tear up this place, they are going to shut everything down. They're going to shut everything down. Damn near. Stuff is going to be accessible to people who are allowed access. And those who are allowed access will be people who are recognized, noticed, and acknowledged as being part of the human family. And the only way to do that is to nationalize. Even the Bible says every man has to go underneath his own vine and fig tree. And I think I'm gonna do a little series so I can explain a few things, because y'all seem to have a misconception about who runs the universe, who runs the world, who God is, what God is, and how all of that fit into politics. Because as woke and as conscious as we are, we obviously are not getting this shit together. We don't know what we talking about, y'all. Somebody don't know what they doing. Y'all worried, y'all afraid, y'all are still thinking about a war that we already won. I wonder if y'all realize that. We already won the battle. We already won the big war. We already won. It's over. It's done. The realms have split. Everything is split now. So what you're going to be experiencing from here on out is going to be the manifestation of what already took place in the spirit world. You're going to experience that manifestation. And depending, this is where the road splitting and people having different timelines and all of that stuff comes in. That it really depends on where you're vibrating at. What level are you vibrating on? What your frequencies is moving like? That's going to determine which reality you experience. And a lot of y'all are worried. A lot of y'all are worried. You're worried, you're afraid, and you better be. You better be, because they are going to kill you. They are going to unalive anybody they can. If you let them. If you let them. I hope I don't get jacked up for saying the KILL word. They are going to unalive a lot of people. They're going to take away your rights. They're going to oppress you. And this is what Trump was talking about years ago when he said black people better learn their history or they going back in slavery. This is what he was talking about. He wasn't being racist. He was warning you. He was giving you the warning. He was giving y'all the warnings. He gave out the warnings and y'all scoffed at him. Decided, oh, he's a racist. He this, he that. And y'all put this other person in office, and he done sided up. He done linked up with his peoples on the other side of the water in Ukraine, and they doing everything they can to take away the rights of humans all over the world. And it's going to start with us right here in America. This is what people have been meaning and talking about for centuries when they say that they're waiting on the African American. They're waiting on us to save the world. This is why they call us the gods. This is why they call us the gods, because this is where sovereignty began. This is where sovereignty began. This is where it started. We come out this planet, we come out this earth. The creation of heaven and earth. We are it. When we gave ourselves over, to be under somebody else's jurisdiction versus ruling out ourselves and maintaining ourselves as a self-governed people, when we decided to amalgamate with the inorganic and decided to do business, governing, we messed up, y'all. We messed up. So even though we made a mistake by even getting involved in the first place, there's so many what's the word, like fail safes, like escape routes. There's so many loops in there for us to follow so that we still are not violated while we live here. We have to. We should, for the sake of ourselves, for the sake of our future, our children, great-grandchildren, and for the sake of humanity on the planet. We need to nationalize. You don't see how everybody on the planet follows us? Everybody follows us. So when they see us pick ourselves up and put ourselves back in our proper standing, they will be able to do the same thing. You want to know why? Because as we put ourselves back in proper standing, we become part and partial to the government. That means you will be able to make laws. You will be able to tell the states that you live in, you cannot do that. It violates humanity. You cannot do that. It violates nature. You cannot do that. We get to say that, and they have to listen. They have to listen. But if y'all are not willing, if you're not willing to take the chance to save yourself and save your soul, why should they have any pity on you? Why should these monsters have pity on you? Because you're crying now. Your baby dead in the street. People starving. People are going to starve out here. People are going to get hurt bad. And the only thing that can stop this from happening to you as an individual is if you as an individual correct your status. If you as an individual correct your status and do what you're supposed to do, what you should do for your own betterment, You will be able to help somebody else who didn't quite get it. You'll be able to fix some things around you in your proximity that you wasn't able to fix before. And things like this Jim Crow law won't even apply to you. It won't even apply. The only reason why people worried now is because y'all ain't got no nationality. Y'all done walked around here talk about you black and you proud. You identify with being black so bad. Now they about to violate your black ass. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna just stay black and die? Or y'all ready to fight? Y'all not sick of struggling, huh? Y'all not sick of struggling? Y'all want to keep this fight thing going? That's not intelligent. That is not intelligent at all. That is not high vibrational. That is not high frequency. That is not healthy. That is not love. That does not make your life progress. To continue with this nonsense fighting over colorism when you are not even a color. Are you crazy? We have to learn to be ourselves. Because if we don't, then yeah, you are crazy. You are crazy. They just made it so popular to be crazy that it seems normal, but it's still crazy. If you got a whole population of sick people who learn to live with a sickness, that don't mean they not sick just because they learn to live with it. They still sick. So what are y'all gonna do? I need to go on the computer so I can read the comments. Oh, it's 3 comments. Let me see. I think I can read it. Oh, Marie Dennis, I found how to read the comments. Hi, Ariel. Yes, he been saying this, and it's happening now. Yup. Sure enough. Oh, thank you, sweetie. But yeah, we have to do better. We got to get our paperwork in order. And listen, it's women right here listening to me. Tell you the truth, y'all. Truth be told, it's on us. It's on us. We have to let the men do what the men do. But as far as the nation is concerned, as far as the resources is concerned, as far as our human avatars are concerned, and our children, it's up to us to save them. We have to nationalize. We got to do it. Us women got to do it. Don't worry about the men. They going to come along. They going to come along eventually. Because what's happening is the whole planet, everything, the vibrations in the universe itself, everything moves in cycles. We had a cycle of patriarchy, and now we're moving into a cycle of matriarchy. And if you ever studied the matriarchal communities, right, it's the women that own the land. It's the women that made the laws. It's the women that taught the children. And it's the men that held office and title, which means we were the material and they were the pattern, and the pattern served the material. So if a man was a king, right, it's because he was married to a queen, and she was a queen because she had jurisdiction, she had rulership over a certain amount of land. She was the rightful owner of it. She was the boss. But guess what? She's a woman. So as a woman, I'm not going to go out there and be forceful and face the world. I'm going to send my counterpart. I'm going to send my better half. My man, my husband is going to be the one that the people deal with. He's going to be the one to talk to the masses and delegate what has to be done. He's going to be the one to tell people what to do, how to do it, and establish offices to make sure that things are maintained and protected. Because that's what men do. They profess, they proclaim, and they protect, and they provide. And as a king in charge of a lot of people and a lot of land, he got to delegate help. So that's what the king did. He wasn't running things by himself. No, it was never that. When we in America here, right, when we speak of ancient Egypt and we talk about the pharaoh, right, I don't think it's clear to people that Pharaoh means big house. Pharaoh meant the big house. Pharaoh does not mean king. Pharaoh had nothing to do with the office that the man held. That man was a speaker, a representative of the unit that lived in that house, which is the mother, himself, and the children. That was Pharaoh. That was Pharaoh. That was Pharaoh. So when nobody looking, he in the house, he talking to his wife. The two of them go in meditation and they pray together. They both seek higher self together. They both seek God together. Okay? And then they come outside, they come with a plan, and the man executes the plan. That's what masculine energy does. That's what it is. That's what it's for. Because I can't be all creative and nurturing and sensuous and doing my artful stuff and my science stuff if I gotta be outside bossing and moving heavy things, being physical. It's too much on a woman. It's too much. We can't, we not that, we're not built for all of that. We're not built for all of that. So everybody has their place and their purpose. And we're going back to that. And it's going to strain and it's going to shred a lot of people. It's going to shred a lot of egos. But we have to nationalize, y'all. We have to nationalize and get together so we can save humanity, save the planet, save your block, save your neighborhood, save your neighbors. How they gonna feel when they ain't got no food in their house and things is real hard? They walking around here like, they looking real dried up because they still gotta go to work, but they not making enough to keep themselves afloat. And you walking around here, your skin fresh, you're looking good and supple. They're gonna wonder what the hell is going on. Can you help me? You look like you can help me. What are you gonna tell them? Or are you gonna be just like them and be lost too? I'm not gonna be lost. Not me. Not me. I got remedy. I got things going on. I got ways to make myself understand and be a part of this thing correctly. I nationalized. I'm a national. And then aside from being a national, I'm a secure creditor in the process of. Like, it's not time to play. I have 2 male children, and my job is not to watch their father's belongings because I'm not married to that man. I can't say what he is or what he isn't going to do, what he is going to leave or what he's not going to leave. But my children are the children of God. So I have to leave them something. It's my responsibility to get something for them. It's my responsibility to do something for them. So we all have responsibilities and obligations to fulfill on this planet, to ourselves, for our own life, and for the people that we gave birth to. Right or wrong? So check this out. Because I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't want to be too long. I think 30 minutes is long enough for y'all to get the picture. Stop calling yourselves black. Get your paperwork in order so you can be a national. Because these Jim Crow laws, these state level laws are being put in place for the commodity. They're being put in place for the goods that is owned by the state. These things are in place and they have jurisdiction over the wards of the state. So if you continue to be black, you will be in one of these situations. And as that gets worse, the FEMA camps roll out. So if you don't want to be a part of that, you need to nationalize. If you don't want to be affected by that, you need to nationalize. If you need help with that, if you need help with nationality, understanding, I can help you with that. I've helped plenty of people already. Still helping people. So let's go. Let's get it together. All right, y'all? I'm going to go ahead and call it George and get up out of here. But y'all understand where I'm coming from? You get me? Because listen, I don't got time to be angry. I don't got time to be yelling and fussing and begging and pleading with nobody. I got to save me and my babies. I got to save us. And I did. And now that I've done that, I have to help somebody else. I have to. I just have to. So I hope this information reaches you. Guys, I'm getting ready to set up my backstage, is called Backstage Army. I have a Patreon. Getting ready to just do the Backstage Army, and I will do more videos and have more things on Backstage Army and on YouTube as well. Go to my YouTube, the Button Lotus Experience with Sapphire Divine, Sapphire Ife. Put that in. I should come right up. Subscribe, follow, help me build up my whole thing. I'm here to help y'all. Okay? All right? Don't make no sense walking around here scared of these people and scared of stuff that we say, and on one hand we have absolute control over. Let's go ahead and make it practical. I dare you. I dare you level up. See y'all later.